What's up, y'all? This your boy Wyclef Jean A-Sides with John Chattman. We about to get into it, baby.
What's up, man?
Young John, what's good, baby?
Everything's good now that you're here.
That's right.
Seriously, like you can cure whatever else. Just let you run around in this place and the world suddenly melts.
It's Walt Disney for me.
Yeah?
Put me in a room.
It's Walt Disney for me to listen to it. But I gotta be honest, it makes me feel even worse because I can't play anything.
No, but you can hear.
I can hear.
That's good. As long as you can hear it.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit. Like I don't want to do like a whole like I was born in Haiti and this happened, but I just get the vibe just watching you running around here.
Yeah.
That you probably just moved from one instrument. Oh, I want to play that, and then I want to play that, and oh wow, I can sing and I can rap and I can do this. Does that pretty much sum up how you stumbled upon music?
Yeah, I get it from my daddy's church, like a lot of us. Every Sunday you got to sing a song in church. I was like the choir director, and I just had a love for music, but I think of music from the composer's aspect. So from the composition is how I built my music. And so I never really was trying to be famous. So like when you hear like the Fugees is about Lauren. Right. No one is really paying attention to who was creating the music at the time, right? It wasn't really, but me, I was like, I love Michael Jackson, but who Quincy Jones is. So I'm sort of like the man behind a lot of music. So my name is more famous than me, if that makes sense. So it's like when I sit down and people could connect it, because like if I sit here and I go like this, you go, holy crap, that's the guy who wrote Maria Maria. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I always get that, yeah, it's the same guy, you know. And then I'm like, hey girl, I can see your body moving. They're like, oh, that's the guy who wrote Hips Online. And I'm like, I'll be going to November. That's the same guy. I'm like, yeah. Because for me, like, it's so beautiful because every day is so much discovery with Wyclef. And Quincy Jones taught me that the day that they stop discovering you, a new generation keeps on. And whenever they stop discovering you, that's when you're no longer interesting, you know?
Yeah. What about you? Are you constantly discovering new things about yourself? I mean, listen, it took 7 years for you to release new music. So you obviously were doing something during that period.
Yeah, I mean, that was like my Elton John, my John Lennon moment. Like, give peace a chance, go try to help the world. Right. You know what I mean? I feel like it's deeper than music. Like, music is a vibration from us. But I was like at the height, you feel me? 100 million records strong collectively in work, and I say, I'm gonna go help the people in Haiti. Mm-hmm. And now, that's what's right, but it's not what's popular. So then what happens is you start to shake people that you don't see. Call it the invisible hands. Mm-hmm. Long before me, long before you, there were people, the way that they benefit is through disasters. Like 60, 70 years before we was created, they was like, this is what it's gonna be. So people like us come around and like, yo, we want to make a change. And what I learned about making a change, the change is more than just words, right? Because as long as you can sing, you're in a safe space. But if you step out of the singing and you decide, I'm going to pick a microphone up, I'm going to make people move, I'm going to say, so you find yourself having to defend what's right? Right? So it was a rough period for me, like, because, and I really don't have a DNA of a celebrity. I'm really like not sensitive. Like anyone could say anything about me. But when it comes to the experience that I had in Haiti, like, you know, I was in tears in one press conference because the day before I was picking up a baby from the floor that was practically gone already. I turn around, there's no hospital. And I'm literally like a priest, putting people, like my voice is the last voice they're gonna hear. So like coming from that, it was dark, B. Yeah. It was like, you're not just gonna, you can't, it's not gonna, you can't, because music is from like a gothic place, a godly place, you know, a place, man, where you could feel love, you could feel truth, you could feel betrayal, you could feel anything. So music is like my psychiatrist. So it's sort of like you don't have nobody to talk to, so you talk to the music. So in 7 years now, it's sort of like I'm talking about it. It's like I want to have fun again. I'm enjoying life. Life is beautiful. But I put all my experience in my music. So like there's a song called Lady Haiti, for example, on the EP. And on Lady Haiti, I'm breaking it down. I'm like, yo, you pay close attention, you see what it is. You know, songs like On the Edge with Walk the Moon. Like, so me and Nick, we real cool. But Nick, to me, is like, he remind me like a Phil Collins that just happened to be born in a kid's body. And then so it was like the way he made the 80s sound cool is like the way I make reggae sound. It's like, yeah, we understand it, but we just do it different. So we got together. Yeah. And literally in the studio, you would think like, okay, he's listening to Genesis, Clef is listening to Bob Marley, Exodus, and they put this together. So it took me back to like my Police days, my Synchronicity days. Young Thug was incredible because it's an artist who named the song after me. He was like, yo, Wyclef is one of my greatest inspirations. I'm going to name a song. So then you have a group of kids that don't really know who Wyclef is. Like, so now once he said that, they all Googled, and now they're like, Wyclef is a new rapper. Do you hear him? He be like rapping, singing, playing instruments, and it's beautiful because this is how you cross the generation gap. Which is a very, very important thing. Like watching Michael Jackson do it with like with Quincy Jones, like different generations. When you can put that together. So me being like a jazz major, like hardcore. So when you put me with like these kind of frequencies, man, and being like a baby of the culture, it is gonna just produce something different.
Talk to me a little bit about that period. First of all, talk to me about the resiliency of the Haitian people, because to be blunt, I mean, the cards that have been dealt have been unfair, I will just say, especially since, 2010.
Yeah. Well, the Haitian people...
Yet the spirits are still,
Yeah. I mean, really, it's important. It's that people who know me understand. So Haiti gets its independence in 1804. First Black Republic. That's big. So now Toussaint Louverture is a general. Like in America, it wasn't like that. People were slaves. So the idea of having a black general in a country, now this black general, they defeat the Napoleon army. This is like some craziness going on. Like, Napoleon was the man back then. Like, he had more cannons than Trump. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Napoleon was like, yo, what's up with these Haitians over there? I need to get this place. And they defeated him. But after this, and the Haitians got their independence, there was like a tax put on the Haitians. And this reparation, like this tax that they put on it, is the reason why Haiti is the way Haiti is today. So in order, like, for Haiti to really get a break and for it to really change, it would take a different ideology, right? It would take the 4 million Haitians that are not in Haiti to say, you know what? We send $2.5 billion a year through the remittance company. But what if we start to block it economically until they start to pass certain legislations and policies? Okay, our people on the ground would suffer a little, but it would be better for their kids in the long run. So, these are like, so when I be like singing and I be like, we need to go back to the truth. So just let's have a truthful conversation. The Haitians was treated unfairly. There was a tax put on them. You know what I mean? They helped even the United States fight. They was part of the Louisiana Purchase. And I'd be like, yo, Haiti is closer to America than you think. Like, Haiti is one of the Americas. Like, so at the end of the day, when the earthquake happened, it was nuts, man. And what people don't know is like, so I remember speaking to George Clooney, and George Clooney is a tough dude, but they came at him for some crazy stuff too, like in the Sudan, different things. I could talk to him because he's sort of like similar to me, like a person who loves to help. Right. And then sometimes the helping just turns around and just bites you right in your face, right? Because they say no good deed goes unpunished, right? So
and we live in a cynical world. So.
We do live in a cynical world. So to be above the cynical, you have to move at the pace of like God's speed. And what that means is you could never look back. As long as you know you're doing the right thing, you got to keep going like this. So for me now, we're in 2017. We have a new government in place in Haiti. So actually, I could give you some breaking news right now. So you remember that movie? I don't know if you saw it, Sweet Mickey for President.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you remember Sweet Mickey was the president of Haiti, and you know I was part of the whole thing. Remember it was crazy. So at one time I was in with Mickey, Sean Penn came at me, Roswell came at me. That was like their candidate, politics, and then somehow we all got together and helped Michelle. Right. So Michelle became the president. Michelle is on the album The Carnival. Carnival 1. He's on the song, like people don't know. So he was a great singer. Like for us in Haiti, he was like one of the biggest singers. So Saturday I have a show at Terminal 5, right? So, and then we haven't been on stage in a minute, right? So, because it's been politics and I don't agree with certain policies or whatever. So I pick up the phone and I'm like, yo, I'm going to be performing at Terminal 5 and I can't do 20th year anniversary of the Carnival without you coming out to do your joint. So, I mean, here's a president. He's going to be like on stage jamming. So for me, this is the kind of things that I enjoy about life. You know, like what they said is impossible, right? I remember being in Norway at when Obama was at the Nobel Peace Prize, you know what I mean? Then you have the royal family at the top section. And then, you know, they give me a speech. Like, yo, you know, we know you're a maniac when you be performing, but that section over there is off limits. Really. The minute the show starts, that's my first section. You know what I mean? Now I got the king, the queen dancing, the prince, the princess, everybody having a good time. I'm like, yo, this is what life's about. Like, don't try to put that separation amongst us as human beings. So after my Haiti experience, you know, I spent a little time with Nelson Mandela. Like, I got a chance to do one-on-one with him. I was like, yo, how could you forgive, man? Like, after everything these people done do to you. But what happens is when you learn to forgive and understand that it's a cynical world, then you no longer take it personal. Because you're like, people that really want to find truth are going to find truth.
Yeah.
And then there's just a group of people, their job is to just be cynical. Once you get past that distraction, you be like, holy shit, my job is to keep moving forward and helping the human race and the new generation keep moving forward. So that's where I'm at with my life.
What about, I mean, you just sang about it. What about the coming into this country right now and all the division that we're going through? Can you apply that same exact philosophy to it?
Well,
keep trucking along?
I mean, what happens is you have to give a president 100 days, right? Like,
that's all I'm giving him.
Right? You have to.
Then he can leave.
Yeah, you
got
to.
He can leave. He can take the vice president with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
Then you can go in there.
Yeah. So with the 100
Can I be
days,
your VP?
I got you.
Just trying to light it up a little bit.
I got you.
Well, it's not that bad. Yeah.
With his 100 days, though,
yeah,
it's things that come with that.
Right.
So what happens is if we the people, every time he signs an executive order, if you don't say, yeah, I don't agree with this band, then it's like, then it becomes second nature. So it's like, okay, I'm going to ban you. Then I'm going to ban you. Then I'm going to ban you. Then everyone gets banned. You know, if the women say, you know what, we know he's getting 100 days, but why he's getting these 100 days? These are the policies. These are the things that we want to fight for. And this is what makes this country incredible. So at the end of the day, yeah, we be like, okay, you know, all we going to give him is 100 days, right? But even to say that, because in certain places, they wouldn't give you like 2 days. So the fact that we get a chance to still voice our opinion and our facts, I have to be saying we're still in a hopeful world.
Yeah. Because
the fact that you can talk and be like, yo, I don't like this. And if you angry, you protest. I always say protest in peace with this, because this is the this is how we have to protest right now. Dude, if it had to be some violence and I felt like it was going crazy and like we didn't have no choice, like we the people was not being respected and it was getting beyond crazy, I'll be the first one to tell you. I'm from the hip hop school. Like, we have to do what we have to do. So I'm not telling people like stand down, but I'm saying stand down peacefully right now, because this is not, you know, violence and all of that. It's not going to get us nowhere. But if you manifest peacefully with the women, the men, put up the signs, which you don't like, talk about. And I think that we will definitely get what we need.
Yeah. So let's talk about your record, because it is 7 years and thank God you're back. So it is an EP, which I like. It's like a nice little taste, and then you add a little extra. There's a couple extra songs, which is nice.
I got to, man. I'm from the old school, man. My EPs are 10 songs.
I love people who put out like 2-song EPs and they call it an EP.
No.
But this is kind of a taste of the carnival that's coming out in the summer, right? So talk to me a little bit about, you know, were you so anxious to get some new material out that you're like, all right, you know what, I'm going to throw this out into the universe now as a little precursor for the summer?
Well, what happens is it's 7 years, and I feel that artists that people call iconic or legendary, or, you know, so when they be calling me that, or genius, I'll be like, nah, I ain't any of those things. I'm just a human rolling through the earth. Because then it applies a certain pressure to you, right? So at the end of the day, I never want to take nothing for granted. What I've done in the past, I've done, but this is present day. And so the carnival fans and the score fans have not heard me for 7 years. So if the first time they see me is on the Super Bowl and I'm standing next to some current artists, then I've lost my crowd. So there's the immediate carnival crowd that's used to a certain Wyclef Jean.
Right.
So it was important, like, okay, I call it like the Bernie Sanders approach. We starting the grassroots movement all over again. And the grassroots means bottom on up. So what this EP is, it's a reintroduction to my fans that love the carnival, Hips Don't Lie, all of that, to saying, okay, check this out. I'm back in that space. And then for the new millennials who are like 20-something, they just figured out who Wyclef is. So when they hear this stuff, they're going to be like, damn, this is dope, man. Like, is Clef like Drake's uncle? Because he's doing this thing perfect. So it's almost like you got to use it as, and this is what makes the world so beautiful. Right now, as I'm talking to you, I have a French song. This is why I love the internet, because I speak multiple languages. So my French song is called Ne Me Quitte Pas by Jacque Brel. All my people in Brooklyn are like, what that mean, man? So so it's like, Ne Me Quitte Pas is like, don't ever leave me. But it's like a big standard song. So whether if it was Sting or Nina Simone, I got that on a platform. Then I got Hendrix on another platform, acoustic track. Then I have I Swear on another platform. This is why I love how we are right now with online. When I was coming out with the Fugees, or I did the Carnival and all of that, that's what I wanted. Like, when I gave Sony, I was like, why don't y'all put 4 records out? Like, you could put me on 4 formats. Put me on a country format. Why do you have to be like, this is hip-hop, this is, you know, or this is country, or this is EDM? No, like, have the people find a place. So this is what's most exciting about putting new music out right now, because the audience will decide. And when you watching, like when I'm watching an EP and as the songs come out, you could see real time the feedback, right? Because the feedback is y'all, it's the people. Right. It's been so long since the A&R was the feedback. The kid don't care what an A&R have to say. No one cares. All they care about is they scroll the comments and they be like, okay, then they go, okay, on this playlist, what's the analytics? Who's listening to it? So literally you can watch that. And for me, as someone who be sitting on 100 songs, I'd be like, okay, I know exactly what to put on the Carnival 3. Based on these analytics, I know exactly where we should go. There's 100 songs, but if they like in the Jimi Hendrix track, let's pull Hip Hop Amadeus. Let's put that. You know what I mean? If they like in this Calypso beat, let's pull this thing. Let's, if they're liking that, let's pull some Daryl Hall, Rich Girl. Let's mix it with Pusha T. So this is the direction that we're going in.
Love it. So I got one last question for you. So I have two kids at home. They're 5 and 2. Any words of wisdom that you can share for them whenever they're probably old enough now to figure out how to go on YouTube?
Girls or boys?
2 boys.
2 boys. Okay, yeah, the boys are sort of like me. They're very, so I think, so if you're, what's their names?
Zachary and Noah.
Okay, great names, Bible names.
Yep.
Zachary and Noah, what's up? This Uncle Wyclef, By the time y'all see this, I'm probably the coolest uncle y'all gonna ever have. There's a show, right? It's called Sesame Street. I don't know if they've seen this.
Oh, they're addicted. Yeah.
Yeah, so like...
Because they get something out of it,
Yeah. So, Zachary and Noah, this is why I'm cool, right? Because not too many people can say, like, they, like, met Big Bird in person and had conversations with him and they was rolling with him on the block. Like, yo, your dad is going to show you Fugees and Big Bird, Sesame Street. And y'all gonna see me like rolling with Big Bird, like just moving down the street, me and the Birdman. You know what I mean? This way before Baby was Birdman. This the original Birdman, Sesame Street, and we was with Big Bird. Now, in order for us to do that, it took a lot of hard work. It's very important. Work hard. Don't let people put you down. Every time they put you down, stand back up. And always remember, before you knew how to walk, you know how to crawl, right? So sometimes in life, you're going to stand up, and then you're going to fall back. I just fell. Then you just get right back up, because the idea of falling is to get back up. And then once you catch your balance, oh, baby, you ain't falling no more. So this is the energy, and that's how you move with life. It's okay. You're going to be scared. That's part of falling. But always remember, the best part of it is always get back up. You know what I mean? So this your Uncle Wyclef, and show them this Sesame Street. They're gonna think I'm so cool. That's my props with the kids. You gotta be able to give it to them in their language. That's true. All right, baby, you already know.